Whenever there's a high-profile shooting, there will be some talk about the importance of enforcing existing laws, and the president talked about perhaps renewing the assault weapons ban. But realistically, public sentiment for gun control, tougher gun controls has decreased, and they're reflecting that. In 1990, 78% of Americans thought that there should be stricter gun laws, and by last year that number was down to 43%. The president has not talked about gun control much at all during his administration. He has signed a few small pieces of legislation to make some small changes, allowing concealed weapons on Amtrak trains and in national parks. When Romney was governor of Massachusetts, he projected a more moderate stance and favored tough gun laws. But during the campaign, he's pretty much sent the message that he thinks enforcement of existing laws is all that's needed, and hasn't signaled any interest in toughening those laws at all. I think that some of the hardcore partisans on both sides use this as a way to fire up some of the base voters. You've got people like groups like the National Rifle Association pouring money into this, and maybe raising expectations that if Obama is reelected, he might be more active on the issue in a second term, and using it to raise money for Mitt Romney. But the two candidates themselves really have not done much with it as an issue this year. The Supreme Court could be a sleeper way in which it really does matter on gun control which of these men is elected, because the Supreme Court is very closely divided on gun control issues, 5-4, and the odds are that the next president will have at least one Supreme Court appointment. And the court is still kind of sorting out its interpretation of the Second Amendment, and so that could make a big difference who is on the Supreme Court.